Welcome to the debate from GiltEdge.uk. Before we begin, this content is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research and consider seeking independent financial advice before making any investment decisions. Your capital is at risk. Today, the optimizer and the challenger go head-to-head on. Your lifetime I.S.A. gives you a £1,000 bonus. S.I.P.P. could save you £27,000 in tax. Let's get into it.
Let me put this simply. If you're a higher-rate taxpayer putting £4,000 into a lifetime I.S.A., you get a £1,000 bonus. Put that same £4,000 into a S.I.P.P., and you're effectively getting £1,600 in tax relief. The maths isn't even close.
And most people will never see that £1,600, because most people don't pay high-rate tax. Only about 15% of UK taxpayers earn above £50,270. You're building your entire argument around a minority.
Even at the basic rate, S.I.P.P. gives you 20% relief, the same as the lifetime I.S.A. bonus. But with a £60,000 annual allowance versus £4,000, the capacity difference is 15 to 1.
Who's putting £60,000 a year into a pension? The median UK salary is about £35,000. Most people are struggling to max out a £4,000 lifetime I.S.A., let alone a S.I.P.P.
Fair, but the S.I.P.P. doesn't just take your money, it takes your employer's money too. Employer contributions are free money that the lifetime I.S.A. simply cannot match.
Employer matching goes into your workplace pension whether you have a lifetime I.S.A. or not. That's not a S.I.P.P. versus lifetime I.S.A. argument, that's just having a job.
But if you're choosing where to put additional contributions beyond your workplace minimum, the S.I.P.P. wins. You can salary sacrifice into it, saving national insurance on top of income tax.
Sure, if you never want to touch the money until you're 57. Meanwhile, the lifetime I.S.A. lets a 28-year-old buy their first flat with a 25% guaranteed return on their deposit savings. Try doing that with a S.I.P.P.
The house deposit argument is real, I'll give you that. But it only works once, and it caps at a £450,000 property. In London, that barely gets you a one-bed.
It gets you on the ladder. And once you're on the ladder, property appreciation does the rest. That first step is the hardest, and the lifetime I.S.A. makes it measurably easier.
But once you've bought the house, the lifetime I.S.A. becomes a mediocre pension wrapper. You're stuck with a £4,000 limit and you can't touch it until 60, 3 years later than a S.I.P.P. at 57.
3 years later, but tax-free. Every penny comes out of a lifetime I.S.A. without income tax. Your S.I.P.P.? Only 25% is tax-free. The rest gets taxed at your marginal rate in retirement.
That's true on paper, but most retirees draw down in a lower tax bracket than when they contributed. A higher-rate taxpayer getting 40% relief going in and paying 20% coming out is still miles ahead.
You're assuming people stay higher-rate taxpayers for decades. Career breaks, redundancy, caring responsibilities, life happens. The lifetime I.S.A. doesn't punish you for earning less later.
Neither does the S.I.P.P. The relief you got at 40% stays locked in regardless of what happens to your income afterwards.
But here's what does punish you. Needing the money before 57. The S.I.P.P. is a complete lock. The lifetime I.S.A. at least has an escape hatch, even if it costs you 25%.
That 25% withdrawal penalty on the lifetime I.S.A. doesn't just take back the bonus, it eats into your own contributions. You put in £4,000, get £5,000 with the bonus, withdraw early and you get back £3,750. You've lost £250 of your own money.
Which is awful, I agree. But awful is still better than impossible. With a S.I.P.P. before 57, the answer is just no. There is no penalty option because there is no option at all.
That's a feature, not a bug. The lock is what makes pensions so powerful, it keeps the money compounding for decades without you raiding it every time the boiler breaks.
That's easy to say when you're financially comfortable. For someone in their 30s with unpredictable income, knowing there's a way out, even an expensive one, is worth something.
I'd rather they had an emergency fund for the boiler and a S.I.P.P. for retirement. Mixing short-term flexibility into a retirement product just encourages bad decisions.
And I'd rather they had a lifetime I.S.A. building a house deposit at 25% guaranteed return than a S.I.P.P. they can't touch for 30 years while renting and watching property prices climb.
Look, for a basic rate taxpayer under 40 saving for a first home, the lifetime I.S.A. is a great product. I'm not arguing otherwise. But the moment you're talking serious retirement planning, the numbers overwhelmingly favor the S.I.P.P.
And the moment you're talking about real life, buying a home, dealing with uncertainty, not being in the top 15% of earners, the lifetime I.S.A. is the more honest product.
A higher rate taxpayer maxing their S.I.P.P. at £60,000 a year could save over £27,000 annually in tax. The lifetime I.S.A.'s £1,000 bonus is rounding error by comparison.
And a first-time buyer using their lifetime I.S.A. just got a 25% boost on a house deposit that changes their entire financial trajectory. Not everything is about the biggest possible number.
My final point, if you want to build serious wealth, use the most powerful tool available. The S.I.P.P's tax relief, contribution limits, and employer matching make it the objectively superior retirement vehicle.
And mine, the best financial product is the one that actually fits your life. 4 million of people under 40, that's a lifetime I.S.A. because a home at 30 and tax-free access at 60 beats a theoretical optimum you can't touch until 57.
The optimizer, the challenger, thank you both. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Read both articles in full at gilt-edge.uk. Thanks for listening to the debate.